Everyone in class looked up and asked, "What's that white stain on the ceiling?" Derek immediately shouted, "Ayo! Someone in 412 was definitely gooning." The whole class lost it. Everyone started laughing, making jokes. Someone yelled, "Mr. Bernard up there watching his daily videos." Even Mrs. Klein tried not to smile while telling us to focus on the quiz. The drip got bigger. Then another one formed next to it. "Damn, Mr. Bernard going crazy up there," Marcus added, and the class erupted again. Mrs. Klein sighed and said it was probably just a water leak from the AC unit. She went back to grading papers while we kept making jokes. But then the white stuff started spreading faster across 3 tiles, thick and slow like yogurt. And then the smell hit, sweet and chemical, like pool cleaner mixed with something burning. The laughter stopped. Mrs. Klein looked up from her desk and her face went pale. She walked toward the stain and stopped 10 feet away. Everyone moved to the other side of the room. Now, her voice had changed completely. No more tired teacher energy. This was fear. Jalen had already touched a drop that landed on his desk. "Yo, this burns! This actually burns!" His fingers were turning red, skin irritating in real time. Mrs. Klein grabbed the classroom phone and dialed the office. No answer. She tried again. Nothing. She dialed 911. "Lincoln High School, room 312. We have a chemical substance leaking through our ceiling. A student has been burned. We need emergency services immediately." She listened, then turned to us. "Help is coming. Nobody touch anything." The white liquid was covering half the ceiling now, dripping onto 4 desks, pooling on the floor. My eyes started watering. Brittany was coughing. Deshaun said he couldn't breathe right. Mrs. Klein tried the door to get us out. It opened 2 in and stopped. Something was blocking it from the hallway. She slammed her shoulder against it. "Nothing." "The windows," I said. "We were on the 3rd floor, but maybe we could signal someone." Mrs. Klein grabbed her chair and swung it hard at the glass. The safety glass cracked into a spiderweb pattern but didn't break through. We could hear footsteps above us now. Fast, panicked, then a crash, then someone coughing violently, then silence. Whatever was happening in room 412 was bad. The white substance was dripping faster now, like the source was growing. A ceiling tile in the middle was sagging from the weight. "I'm going up to check," I said. Mrs. Klein shook her head. "Absolutely not. Mr. Bernard could be hurt. Someone needs to see what's happening." I didn't wait for permission. I stacked 2 desks against the back wall, away from the chemical spill, and pushed up a clean ceiling tile. The crawl space between floors was dark, and the chemical smell was 10 times worse up here. I pulled my shirt over my nose, but it barely helped. My eyes were burning, lungs already hurting. I could see light through gaps in the floor of room 412 above me, blue-white flickering like a burner flame. I crawled toward it, trying not to breathe too deeply. Through a gap between tiles, I saw the chemistry storage room. Complete chaos. Shelves knocked over, glass bottles shattered everywhere, different colored liquids mixing on the floor. The white stuff was pouring from a huge industrial container that had tipped over, reacting with something else to create the substance now flooding our ceiling. Then I saw Mr. Bernard. He was collapsed near the door, face covered in red blisters, not moving. He'd tried to stop whatever was happening and got caught in it. On the counter behind him, I saw the setup. Hot plate still glowing. Beakers, tubes, containers arranged in a configuration I'd seen in Breaking Bad memes, but never thought was real. This wasn't a chemistry accident. Mr. Bernard had been cooking meth. I pulled out my phone and called 911 from the crawl space. "Lincoln High School. There's a meth lab in room 412. Teacher down, chemical explosion. It's leaking into the classroom below. We're trapped." I recorded everything through the gap. The setup, the chemicals, Mr. Bernard's body, the spreading pool of white substance. The sirens were already close from the earlier calls. I heard the door downstairs finally break open. Firefighters shouting. My classmates being evacuated. I crawled back toward our room and dropped through the ceiling. A firefighter in a hazmat suit grabbed me immediately. "How long were you exposed?" "Maybe 15 minutes. They rushed everyone to decontamination tents in the parking lot. 4 students went to the hospital with chemical burns and respiratory issues. Mr. Bernard was airlifted out, unconscious, with severe burns covering 40% of his body. The investigation found he'd been manufacturing meth in the storage room for over a year, using school chemicals and selling to students at multiple schools. Mr. Bernard survived but lost most of his lung capacity, and he's serving 18 years.